so that was a wee break there, I think. When I passed out an alert on my watch, it seems to have stopped the recording. So we're going to have this in two sections today. So that was just a wee break. I think it was about 10 minutes recording. So hopefully that wasn't how long the phone will record without stopping. I'm guessing I'll be able to upload the two videos and then splice them together on YouTube. Unfortunately, the phone app doesn't allow me to upload them both together, so it's a bit of a shame, but still I'll edit them both once they're online. And then we'll get you Monday's episode as it happens. So we're just coming up to a wee bit of traffic here. Say it seems to be a articulated lorry sitting on the outside lane, so they're obviously holding the traffic up just a wee bit. Not too sure what's been going on. There's been works here, definitely. There's a few cones on the you call it the hard shoulder here, so there's no hard shoulder at the moment. So in there, just past, there's been a wee accident I noticed there on my right hand side. You can always tell on the M9 when there's been an accident because the central reservation's like a cable system that obviously catches the cars if they lose control. So you quite often find that the cables have got a break in them, or they've been, you know, the posts holding them have been knocked down. So there was a wee section where there's obviously been something over the weekend, and there's police tape in the middle. So they're obviously waiting for them to be replaced by the roads people. It must be a full-time job because I think there's at least one crash a week on this road. So not always good, but at least the central bit stops them, stops the cars ending up on the other side. I think it's quite a risky road because it is motorway all the way over here. The amount of people, as you see, running quite fast over here is quite a lot. I think the worst crash I've seen is probably a Ferrari that had hit the central reservation and then basically had left the front on the road. But I suppose it happens, especially when there's water. There is a lot of water sits on the roads up in this road, so you get a lot of aquaplaning, a lot of people that lose the back ends of their cars if they've got rear-wheel drive cars. So always something to watch if you happen to be in Scotland. The M9 can be treacherous when it's wet. I've not had too many journeys when it's been frosty or snowy. Last week was the first one, but they are quite good with the gritters, so you find that the snow gets cleared reasonably quick. So we're going to be over here quite quick today. As I say, it is 11:30 almost, so the good thing about that is that I miss all the rush hour traffic. So today I've just got a few stragglers in front of me. Again, I apologise, the Diaries is filmed today on phone. The camera, obviously, I have forgotten to put out, so Not so many nice looking cars today, but there's a nice wee Doblo, whatever that is, Fiat Doblo. That must be the Multiplas replacement. That is a really nasty looking car. Not seen many looking that bad since the Multipla was out, but in front of us we've got a nice A6 Estate, just a standard one, and there's an RS3 I think it is. Yep, nice white RS3. We're actually flying past it, it's a wee girl driving it, so obviously taking it easy. Nice looking cars. Great on fuel if you fuel economy, if you just take it easy, and not quite as good as the diesel, but yeah. If you're doing this journey not so often as much as I am, then having a car like that would be great. I think the economy in them isn't great if you're doing it daily. I reckon the fuel I use is about 50 to 60 miles a week. I think on that it would be probably closer to 80 plus pounds a week, if I would reckon. Plus the increase in road tax and insurance, and all in all, wouldn't quite be that fuel economic to run backwards and forwards to Edinburgh. So better off with the diesel. Definitely my choice at the moment. As I say, electric might be coming if another manufacturer makes one that looks reasonable. The Audi A3 electric looked good as well, but it is not available till next year. Again, higher spec pricing sort of makes it a wee bit more expensive. So we're coming up to Newbridge. If you've been watching the Diaries, you know this is the gateway to Edinburgh almost. It's right beside the airport, so you've sort of got to pass this way on the way up to the airport road. I'm just pulling into this is the first time actually in the Diaries that I've been in the inside lane. I'm going to use the on-ramp for the dual carriageway. We're going to... Oh, I thought he was coming round there, he's not. Oh, and Mr. Porsche decides to pull out in front of me. Folk in Porsches that obviously don't like their cars. That one just decided to pull across when I was pulling round into the outside lane, so obviously not liking the wee Porsche Boxster. They're very rounded backs, it could probably do with a bit of a flattened back end. I have actually passed two police cars there on the other side of the road. Not sure, as I said previously, you get quite a lot of police on this section of road, but not normally two in the one piece, so must be something going on. They're obviously patrolling the dual carriageway, but no worries about here for us because they're on the speed limit. So it is a 40 on this section of road, I believe. Actually no, I've just seen a national speed limit sign, it's actually a 60, so we are sitting below the speed limit, which is good, especially for the police. You don't want to risk getting stopped and having any problems with them. So that's me just about in this morning. I hope you've enjoyed the M9 Diaries for Monday. It's not been quite as long, I think it's only been probably about 40 minutes I think this morning, but still gives you a wee bit of an insight into the journey. I've got another 5 minutes to go, so I'm not just cutting you off like that. Remember folks, my name's Ian, I am doing the M9 Diaries every day. It's my journey from Glasgow to Edinburgh using the M9 motorway. It'll be bringing you any traffic updates, any nice looking cars coming past my general thoughts for the day, news updates if there's anything major going on, and any sort of festivities as well. We are coming to Christmas. I know most of us don't want to hear it. It's going to be a nightmare, and I'm still looking for Christmas present ideas for myself and also for my other half, because I have no idea what to get her. So look out for that. I'll be looking for help soon on it, so hopefully we'll get a few more watchers. I want to get my likes up. I want a few more subscribers, so please share the videos. You know, sometimes they might be boring, sometimes they're interesting, but the more you get out of it, and the more you share it, then the more interesting things I can do. So please just share it around social media, bit of Twitter, bit of Facebook, and I look forward to hearing from some of you while I'm doing it. So okay, so this is coming into the Gyle in Edinburgh. Wee car on tow there. RAC man, obviously himself busy. Nice Aston Martin Vantage sitting to my right here. Can't tell you my right from my left. The RS3 is now caught up. They are going off, by the looks of it, to into Edinburgh. Probably a way to get fuel, because the thing drinks fuel. Decided to put the foot down obviously now. And there is another nice car, AMG C63 6.3 litre Mercedes AMG 59 plate. Sounds absolutely amazing. He's obviously just put my... Oh, he's going to pull in front of me. There we go. Just doing my good deed for the day, letting him pull in. That's a nice wee car there. He obviously likes his monster of a Merc. So amazing wee Mercedes. Also watching today, I've got a couple of nice Onyx lamps in the back of the car. They are sold, hopefully. They're floating about in the back just while I'm waiting for the person to let us know where they're going to meet me to buy them. So yeah, that's going to be this afternoon at some point, or maybe this evening. And that will be another wee bit of money for Diane to get put away. So yep, she's using that to buy, I think, a dinner set. I think that's going to be what that's for. And then it's going to be up to Christmas, because the more things that we sell rather than keeping them, the more things that Diane can save her money for rather than spending it on things that we don't always need in the house. So hopefully that will be a bit of a start to that. You can't get attached to stuff you're buying, there's no point. There you go, that's going to be my thought for the day. Selling stuff that's old is probably the best way for it, because you can't just keep it, it just goes off or goes out of style. So you're better off selling it on to people who really want it. So that's just coming up again, as I say, to the back end of the Gyle. We've got, up here we've got the NHS and Tesco Bank here. Of course they got reissued the other week, which they, so I'm not sure whether they got hacked or whether they were just, one of their systems went a bit haywire. So that's their main office in Edinburgh beside me. So just past that NHS office on my right, and my office is also in here on the left. So yeah, that's 11:30. Time to get into the office, get my head down, get a few things done today. Looks quite busy today, so I'll be keeping myself busy as well. Just park myself in at the back end here. Oh, and I could have parked on the other side, but I'm not today. So that's me M9 Diaries, thank you very much. As I say, slightly different episode. It's on my phone today. Apologise for any quality issues, but thanks very much and I'll see you soon. See you now. Cheers. Morning folks, welcome to a slightly different episode this morning of the M9 Diaries. Yep, I have forgotten to put the camera up, so you're getting a wee bit of a mobile phone. This is obviously filmed by mobile. This is my BlackBerry Priv, rear facing camera, front facing camera, sorry. So, as I say, slightly different this morning. Heading over to work on the M9. You're joining me just about Falkirk area, so I was actually at the opticians this morning, so slightly different start to the day. I'm on late shift, so it's 11:10 this morning, and I think it's the 14th today of November. So yeah, you'll find over the weekend you've got a very special M9 Diaries upload on Friday because I was off work. So that just gives you a wee taste of what I was doing on Friday, wee IT repair, and keep myself going. So yep, this one will be uploaded a wee bit later on. In fact, I can actually upload this one straight from my phone, which is a bit better, so you might get this one earlier today. We'll see how the quality goes. Obviously, I am not sure how the recording will go for my voice, but it definitely looks, quality video wise, you're looking slightly better today than the other camera, so it will be a bit shaky. It's on a phone holder, so I'll keep you going, talk you all the way through. So yeah, the weekend's been busy, had a good weekend, wee bit of shopping on Saturday. Sunday, well, had a wee bit of a relaxing day. We baked, which is good, can't beat a bit of bacon. So we had banana bread, or banana loaf, whatever you want to call it. We made a couple of these over the weekend, just trying out our new Smeg mixer, so yep, all good and very tasty. So we're grabbing some of that a wee bit later on. This morning, yeah, as I said, I was at the opticians first thing this morning, so slightly different start to the day. Quick eye test, yep, I've got, supposedly got 20/20 vision. Well, certainly with my contact lenses in. I think without them I'm a wee bit blind, so not quite a 20/20 vision, I would say. But certainly at least my eyes aren't any worse, so that's all good. So we're heading over here for about lunchtime start today. I'll be working on till later. Got a wee bit of out-of-hours maintenance tonight, so that'll just be keeping us going and at least getting you started for the week. Hopefully this week's going to be good. We've got some hard work coming on in my work, and of course we'll be bringing you some great M9 Diaries on the way in. I think tomorrow is going to be a non-upload day, so next episode of M9 might be Wednesday, so make sure you click the subscribe, turn on the notifications, you'll get my updates, and make sure you like the videos. As I said previously, anyone got any comments, obviously constructive, just let me know. I'll maybe mention you in my diaries. I'm hoping today. I had a wee bit of a flat tyre yesterday. Nothing wrong with the tyre, which is a bit strange. Just typical Asda car park, I think. Hit a bit of a bump, must have broken the bead seal and totally flattened the tyre, so had to lift the car to get it back up and running, get the tyre pumped up, but checked it this morning, not lost any air at all, so not too sure what happened, but it certainly seems to have resolved itself. So yeah, just something I'll be keeping an eye on for the next week or so. Went to see nipped in to see the i3 BMW at the weekend. I was talking last week about maybe looking at it, but wasn't really up for the design at all. Didn't look that great. So if anything, it's going to be the Tesla. Be jumping on the Tesla if it drops in price at all. Need something with a reasonably good mileage. Again, the i3 is getting better, but not perfect. The one they had on the forecourt didn't look that great. The basic spec with the basic wheels was just not in it. Not a great looking car at all. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on the pricing for the Tesla. They aren't due for another year or so, so plenty of time to wait, and plenty of time to maybe get my deposit in. If I ever had that money to put a deposit down, that is. So, wait and see. So weather this morning, we're not quite as frosty as last week. We had a lot of rain last night, so we're just the rain stopped, but still the roads are slightly wet, so just be taking it easy this morning. Getting there probably just before 12, so as I say, a wee lunchtime start. I've got about half an hour's drive to go. The good thing about my phone is I don't have to worry about the upload time, so I won't be taking any breaks in the recording. I've got a 128 gig even card in the phone, so it might actually be worth me using the phone more if the quality's okay. So I'll be checking that out and seeing if doing the uploads from the mobile app are maybe worthwhile, rather than using the SLR, digital SLR camera, because obviously I don't have to charge the phone quite as much. I am obviously charging it while I'm running over here, so it's probably a better idea recording you this way. So we'll keep an eye. The only problem is obviously that the camera the camera orientation is going to be horizontal rather than landscape, portrait rather than landscape, so I'll need to watch back the video once I get it uploaded, and then I'll make a decision whether or not to make this the choice, the recording preference. So we've got somebody sitting at my arse behind me. I'll be still sitting at the speed limit though. I am in the outside lane, so yep, always sticking within the law when I'm on the way over to work, because having a clean licence just now is quite good. For a while it was a bit risky because I was on the road all day every day, but of course all I'm doing now is to and from work, so it makes a bit of a difference. Slightly less of a worry with points. Still do enjoy a bit of driving. It's therapeutic sometimes, assuming that the drivers are actually reasonable. The other good thing about recording, I've just realised I was going to suggest I could add in a few wee bits of front facing camera so you can actually see the road, but unfortunately I think I've got to stop recording to swap cameras round. That's a shame. I could have done a wee bit of a double recording there. So hopefully tonight, I think tonight's going to be the dark episode of the M9 Diaries. It's been getting dark about 5 o'clock just now because of the clock changes. So I'm reckoning I'm going to have to be in work to probably closer to 6. So I think it will be, as I say, a dark episode with the light on the way home. So I'll be keeping you updated though on what's going on. nice smooth road, as I say, the M9 in places. Not too sure, they must be doing more roadworks just now, but not at the moment. A few 40mph signs, so. But there's nothing actually on the road when it comes to roadworks, so I think that's for a different time. There's an awful lot of cones on the central reservation. So they've just obviously left the speed limit signs out for when they're doing the work. That's us just passing Linlithgow. See the Linlithgow Palace in a minute. That's a bit of a landmark for Linlithgow. It's quite a nice country house type place. Nice to visit, I believe. Never actually been there, but I've passed it quite a few times. Yep, sorry folks, that was the first part of the video getting recorded there. So hopefully you get this in the right order, and this will be the first part, not the second, sorry, this will be the second part of the video today. It's M9 Diaries, just past Linlithgow on December the 5th. It is Monday morning and it's 10 to 7 this morning. So I'll be bringing you all the news all the way over this morning. The traffic has been fairly reasonable. Not seeing too bad traffic jam or anything coming over here. Very steady, and it's not quite as cold over here, I don't think. This sort of area will probably get snow once it gets further into the winter. But at the moment we've got no snow, thankfully. At the moment we're just plodding along. It's a wee bit wet, but I think it would just be probably like this for most of the December. Excuse me. So yeah, looking forward to a couple of days off maybe over Christmas period. I've got the week off between Christmas and New Year. I think I'm on call at least one of the days possibly, and I've also got a wedding actually that I'm doing in the middle of it. So doing a friend's wedding on the Wednesday between Christmas and New Year. That should be hopefully a good function and worth doing. Yep, see a number of gritters out this morning as well, so obviously they are expecting it to be colder over this side of the country at some point. I think that actually might be what I'm just about to pass. No, it's actually just a lorry I'm just about to pass, not a gritter. Or is it? Yep, it's a traditional crane that I seem to pass every single time I'm on the road. Still no water this morning, which is strange. Not sure why my windscreen washers haven't defrosted yet. The engine does get reasonably warm, so I would have thought it would have defrosted by now. But hey ho, it hasn't. Maybe by the time I head home this afternoon it will have defrosted. Just coming up to the Forth Road Bridge off ramp. That's usually a reasonable sign that I'm going to reach Edinburgh in quite a quick time. So 7 minutes to 7 means it'll probably take another 15 minutes. So I should be in about 10 past 7 this morning. Now, Interestingly enough, I am on a late shift today. I'm not supposed to start till 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to be in probably 3 hours early. So hopefully I'll be able to get away sharp today, because as I say, I'm not terribly well this morning with a sore stomach. So fingers crossed that'll not be a problem to get away. Even if I get away mid-afternoon, it sort of helps. Goodness me, I think you've mainly seen the back of my can this morning instead of my face. Front facing camera on the phone is actually reasonably good, but I think with the light in the car here, when you're only going by the interior light, it's not that great. I need to get a great big LED light to keep myself visible, but that's not going to happen, so you're alright. As I say, using the digital camera, it's a wee bit better, and maybe after Christmas with hopefully with a GoPro, that'll be the same. Get it. Hopefully the light on the GoPro with the GoPro is quite good. These new cameras are reasonably well set up for low light. So let's say the car won't always be low light, but sometimes, like if it was this morning, then it will be not as good as when I'm filming during the day. Wee Audi A3 in front of me there, actually looking quite clean for a car. As I say, I think maybe it's time to get my own one cleaned up. Since, as I say, the amount of dirt on it's probably more than on the ground. I think that's enough of my Red Bull for this morning. I can see me having problems later on with my stomach. Last night, yeah, we went to bed, could not get settled at all because of my stomach. It was up and down 3 or 4 times. It was like, I could lie on one side and it was sharp pains, lie on the other side and the sharp pain would be still there, but so dull that I couldn't sleep with that either. Lay my back and it's exactly the same, and I'm like, no. So glad I actually ended up being sick rather than letting it go. So, but I'm surprisingly not terribly tired this morning. I thought I might be, but not too bad. Saying that, I'll probably get to about 3 or 4 this afternoon, and I'll probably be dead on my feet. I think I'll probably need a bit of a rest. I am one of these people that doesn't like being ill terribly often, so it just doesn't happen. I'll try and put up with it as long as I can. The pain in my stomach is actually sorer than I've had in a long time. As I say, I'm not sure what I've eaten. Reckon it was a mango. Basically I made salsa to go with a steak last night, and the mango was fresh. It was brand new out of a well-known supermarket, and I cut it. So there wasn't really anything wrong with it. It was just ripe. and I think maybe it was, I don't know, maybe overly ripe, and I maybe had too much of it, but whatever it is, it's something stuck in my stomach, and it's quite bad. So I don't think it was the steaks themselves were cooked well enough, although it could have been the volume of steak. The steaks we got yesterday were great, but they were absolutely massive, so it could have been pretty much just that I ate too much. I agreed, and it was nice though, so can't really complain. So that's me just come off the motorway. I am now at Newbridge in Edinburgh, and it's foggy, so not great if you're coming into Edinburgh Airport this morning. Interesting, I'm just seeing a wee bit of lag on my phone camera, which is quite bad I suppose, but maybe it's just because it's constantly recording. So come in for car spotting this morning. Notice this morning I've got a Jag F-Type in front of me. Exhausts in the F-Type are very narrow actually, didn't realise they were that narrow in. But the car itself looks quite smart. Again, this one's quite dirty, so can't really tell, but it looks like a sort of bluish colour. And to my left in the inside lane, sorry, is a Skoda Fabia, I think it is. Once again, slightly dirty, very hard to tell exactly what car it is, so I'm using guesswork, but it looks like a Skoda Fabia. Oh, there we go, there's a plane come in this morning, so obviously the planes are still running okay. I know they come in through the fog anyway using instruments, so. So going by my normal theory, I'm staying in the outside lane, which is the lane at Newbridge, which has the traffic lights in it. The traffic this morning is, yeah, for some reason there the camera just decided to stop recording. Not entirely sure why. I'm thinking that the camera's maybe overheating the phone just because it's constantly recording. So we'll go another bit of car spotting, because I'm sitting next to a trailer there with a nice AMG Mercedes estate right at the back of it. Nice looking car again. I'm sure the price of them is not cheap. Rear wheel drive monsters as well, so. Oh, I thought my water had defrosted there, but obviously not. Seems to be a weekend for illnesses and sickness this weekend. Yep, Diane was going to go, or she is back at work today, so I'm thinking that she was ill again over the weekend, just with a sore throat. It's not always the best for her to go back to work, but hopefully this morning she'll be alright. And then means that she is okay for the rest of the week. That was a wee bit naughty there. I did pull out without stopping on the giveaway, but I did have enough space there. I had seen the gap was fine between myself and the car behind me, so that was okay. So just on the airport straight in Edinburgh, you're a bit shaky again, so again please excuse the shaky camera work. Honestly, I'm not holding it. It is on a phone holder, which is a wee bit bendy, so that's the reason you're getting a wee bit of shake. This road this morning looks quite icy as well, so hopefully if you're out and about in Edinburgh, you're staying safe, staying at a reasonable speed, and you won't see too many accidents. Not really a car to mention too much, but Astra in front of me there. Probably VXR. Oh. And then a wee Leon in front of that. Just a standard Leon though. Nothing special. But then again, neither's mine. It's always good to do a wee bit of car spotting, and it's easier now I've got some lights, so it'll keep things going just in case you're bored. New Civic Type R. Suppose that's going to be car spot of the morning probably. LED front lights, large rear wing, looks like the Mugen wing, so nice looking car again, good power, and if it is the latest version, it'll be the twin turbo 2 litre. One I did want to actually, not twin turbo, sorry, just single turbo, but it's a 2 litre turbo. But yeah, did want to test drive that as well. Having used to have the Integra Type R, it's always good to keep my hand in. I wouldn't buy another Honda, I don't think. Fuel economy is not as great as other cars, but it's always worth going and getting a test drive and seeing what they drive like. So once I'm uploading these videos, I need to keep an eye, because I've obviously got a couple of sort of rogue videos this morning. For some reason, say the camera decided to stop after the second one, so you'll not get that one, but you'll get this video instead. But yeah, I'll get these uploaded as soon as I get into the office, which will be in about another 10 minutes, maybe not quite as long. I'll then be putting them together, and they'll be making up this morning's episode. As I say, 5th of December 2016, and they are making this morning's M9 Diaries. 2016 has passed really quickly, I've found. Noticed that Barry was saying that the other day. Barry's a guy that's on my Facebook friends. He is a personal trainer and a bit of a, he likes to do a wee bit of talking, put it this way. So yeah, he was obviously pointing out that 2017 is coming up just a couple of weeks, and 2016 has been the quickest year out, I think. But then again, the quicker the years go, sort of the quicker things are. Sometimes the better things are even. I'll stop havering with that one. Yeah, the only thing obviously about the speed of the years going by is usual. Every Christmas you have to fight to get decent presents, or birthdays you have to think about it, and so it's the most stressful part of the year, to be honest. I don't know about you, but certainly if anybody has any other thoughts, please just drop a comment in down below. But I was saying this over the weekend, it's not even the money side of Christmas, it's just the what to buy, making sure you buy presents that aren't a waste of money, you know, things that folk are going to want and use, rather than buying things that are a waste of money and you don't want to start wasting money on things. So it's just totally pointless. Obviously there is the fun bit of Christmas, but I don't mind the fun, I don't mind having fun, but I also don't like wasting money, which maybe it's because I'm Scottish, but I think I've worked hard. I do work hard for what I've got. I like it to go further. I don't like paying silly prices for phone bills that I can live with. Power is the biggest rip-off out. Power for the house is really expensive. Power and gas even. And petrol, obviously, or diesel for the car. I do want to try and get an electric car. Would not mind a Tesla 3, but I don't have the money for the Tesla 3 at the moment. And the BMW was an idea, but that's not going to happen either. Unfortunately, cars need to look reasonable. The idea was that the car isn't going to look nice if I got an i3, so obviously that's not going to happen. Would have been good for economy, but just now I'll just have to stick with the diesel and be done with it. And that is the end of this morning's M9 Diaries. Thanks very much for listening and watching, folks. Apologies again for the episode this morning being on phone. I'm going to give you a bit more light. Yeah, apologies this morning for it being a phone episode, but I'll be back to camera tomorrow. Have a good day, have a good week if you don't see any more of my episodes. This is the M9 Diaries. Please subscribe, like and share, and I will see you again soon. Thanks very much, folks.